Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Peyton's Leafy Life. So today I actually got a new mic, so hopefully you can hear me a little bit better over the sound of like cars and outdoor noises, since I do film most of my videos outdoors in the summer because most of my collection does come outside over the summer. But today we are going to be talking about a really cool plant in my collection. It is probably one of the most unique, interesting plants that I own, and it is called the Huernia zebrina. And the reason that this plant is so cool is mostly because of its blooms, and they actually call this the Lifesaver cactus, and once I show you the blooms you'll understand why they call it the Lifesaver cactus. But this plant is not actually a cactus. It is related to succulents more than cacti, and it is actually part of the milkweed family. So it is originally from South Africa, and it is a ground crawler. It is an extremely interesting plant because when it blooms, it gets these insane starfish shaped blooms that have this little lifesaver like piece inside, and they have other names for this cactus, but for this video, for the purpose of this video, we're just going to call it the Lifesaver cactus. But yeah, it is a very interesting plant because it is actually a carrion plant. And if you don't know anything about carrion plants, they actually are pollinated by flies. So this plant is not pollinated by bees like other plants or flowers. This plant is actually pollinated by flies. So it has a very stinky bloom that is supposed to resemble rotting flesh. And there are other types of carrion plants as well. Most of them have little hairs in the flower. And the reason they have those little hairs is because when the flies land on the flower, they are able to lay their eggs in the flower. The maggots get stuck in the little hairs, and then the fly flies off to the next flower, and that's how they pollinate. They pollinate through flies, which is extremely interesting. I personally don't smell anything when I smell this flower, and this one just popped open this morning, so I'm not sure if it might take a couple of days. But yeah, supposedly they are very smelly, but it might just not be that strong to me. But I also have seasonal allergies, so it might just be me. I just might not be able to smell it that well. But I mean, it doesn't smell like a positive flower. It doesn't smell like roses or anything. It just doesn't seem to stink very well for me. But yeah, I'm gonna get some close-up footage of this plant. I think it's so interesting. So the plant does have these little spikes, but they are actually soft. They are not pokey like a cactus would be. And the bloom is just so interesting. I don't even know how to describe it. It is literally just the craziest looking thing. And this bigger plant actually has a couple different blooms on it. It has two that are about to come in here, one and a tiny, tiny little one here, and then one here. So this one is definitely really, really happy. They do bloom late summer and early fall. So right now is about the time that they would start blooming. So the care on these guys are going to be very similar to any other type of cactus, succulent. You want a very well draining cactus and succulent mix. I typically add some sort of pumice, stone, extra perlite, and you just want to make sure that you have a very well draining mix and that these guys aren't getting soggy or keeping them in wet feet, just like any other succulent cactus. If you do want a video on what I put in my cactus and succulent mix, because I do make my own, let me know and I can definitely make a video like that. But yeah, you just want to make sure that they don't have any soggy feet and that they can dry out very quickly. And when they are 100% dry, you can give them a good drink, water them thoroughly. I like to use pots like this that have drainage holes, so that way you know that you're not overwatering them. And then it's not a matter of how much water, it's just a matter of how often you water. So you can run the shower on them. I put them in the sink or I hose them down, making sure that I thoroughly drench them, and any water it doesn't need will just drain out of the bottom. And then I wait for it to be 100% dry, and then I give them another good drink after they have completely dried out. And yeah, they are just the most unique, crazy, weird looking plants, but they make me happy. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today. Thanks so much for learning about one of my favorite unique plants in my collection. If you like videos like this, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and let me know down in the comments what kind of videos you would like to see next.